everyone, CreepsMcSpaghetti here. I am not a pedophile. Today we are going to read another very scary story. Silver.exe. New game. Okay, so I just got home from school and I was tired. I unlocked the door because my parents didn't get home until late. I walked into the kitchen where I saw an envelope with my name and address on it. Cool. I opened the letter. It came with a disc and a note. Have fun with this game. We know how much you love Sonic the Hedgehog games. And your favorite character, Silver the Hedgehog. So we got this for you. Please enjoy. Love, your parents. Awesome. I shout as I run to my room and I put the disc into my computer and waited for it to read. I wonder what game it is. I just shrugged my shoulders. I will find out in a second. The title screen came up. Strange. It looked exactly like the title screen of Sonic.exe, but instead it had Silver.exe. Okay, now I knew what was going on. It was another EXE game. But I've read the Sonic.exe and Shadow.exe games from the creepypasta wiki before, but I never knew there was the Silver.exe. I should have taken the disc out, but I thought, those were just stories. It won't hurt to play the game. Big mistake. I also noticed that it said Sega 666, which are the devil's numbers, right? I'm still not scared. Silver is too kind and naive to become a monster like that. So I pressed start, and just before it went to the character story file, I noticed again a little glitch just before it disappeared. The sky blood red and the grass turned grey. But what really gave me the shivers was the character I saw. It was Silver, but different. His eyes were black with red dots like Sonic and Shadows from their EXE games. But Silver seemed to glow brighter than what the other two had been described, and his teeth were sharp. But the main difference was his gloves and cuffs. Instead of them glowing an aqua blue, they were red. Okay, someone has hacked into this game, I thought, but went to the story files. Better start playing. Blaze. So, when I got to choose my character, it only had one story opening, and I was utterly shocked to see Blaze. What was she doing in this game? Wait, it's an XE game. This stuff always happens, so I chose her file. Run, little one. Well, that was a weird name for a level. It was strange, but I played as her anyway. It was funny. The level that Blaze ran in was her first level from Sonic Rush, the first game she was in. But as I got further, it started to change a little. First of all, there was no music, and second, the stage was covered in blood. Blaze's expression showed total fear as she ran through the level. Finally, she found him. Silver. He was staring off into the distance, back to the screen. I made Blaze walk up to him. Oops. He turned, eyes closed. Then the screen went to black. It's no use. Oh God. He opened his eyes, and they were black with red dots. I tried to make Blaze run, but she was surrounded by a red glow, slowly moving her towards Silver. She started crying, scared out of her wits. I knew what was going to happen. Silver was going to end her life. Suddenly, the screen went to black again. This time, a horrible scream coming from the darkness. I am not to be trifled with. It went back to the story files. This time, Blaze's story said 100%. But I hid my eyes anyway. Her appearance, oh, her god-awful appearance. Her eyes were white with blood oozing from them, like she was crying, and her tail was no longer there. Her fur was a grey purple, and her left arm was half gone. Her mouth was open in a silent scream as blood oozed out of it. I was going to have nightmares for weeks. Part 3. What happened to Blaze was horrible, but I kept playing. I chose the second story file. It was Amy, and it was strange, but I understood. In Sonic.EXE's story, you get to play as Silver, Blaze, and Amy. So, I wonder who the third story file is. No time for that. I have to do this one first. When I chose the story file to the level it started, I'm not Sonic. Wow, that's actually really creepy, but I played on. This time I made Amy run. I realized something else. This is the level Sonic ended up running through the first time he saves Amy in Sonic CD, but it seemed dead. Amy kept running, her face showing only a little fear, like as if she wasn't sure what to feel. As she kept running, she noticed some remains of another unlucky victim. Her fear grew. She knew who it was, but I was still confused. Until she stopped running and fell to the ground, crying. I felt like doing the same as I saw what made her cry. The remains were of Sonic. Silver was standing there, holding Sonic's head, smiling at the crying hedgehog in front of him. He was enjoying this. The screen went black and something else popped up. I must stop the Iblis trigger. Amy looked up at Silver, then turned to me, breaking the fourth wall, trying to communicate, but all I could do was watch. Then Silver stepped up to Amy and put his hand on her head. The screen went to black, and there was another scream, louder this time. This will end it. It went back to the story file, this time showing both Blaze and Amy in their horrible state. Amy's story also saying 100%. Her appearance just worse than the other one. Her fur was sickly pink-grey, and her eyes had also gone white, with blood oozing from them. Her dress was covered in blood, and her hammer, aka her pico hammer, was stabbed through her chest, and part of her hair had been ripped out. I closed my eyes. I felt sorry for both Blaze and Amy. They did not deserve this. Thank you for listening to episode 1. Find out what happens next time if you subscribe. Yay!